All right, welcome to a very unique episode of the Dumpster Fire Dialogues. We're gonna do some technique because we don't have a lot of time this week. We both have lives and we're pretty busy, but Mikey here's got some stuff to do, and I'm tired. But we still love you guys, and there's a foot, there's a foot, there's a foot. Calm down.
Up to you.
Yeah.
All right, so I've been really fascinated with like back tripping, right, off of underhooks and kind of like shallower underhooks. So I've been trying to play with like underhooks across like the shoulders as opposed to like up high in the like shoulder trap area. If you do it like up that way, they start to chicken wing you and like just rip it through and mirror lock you and stuff like that, right? I've been trying to play almost like mid back or like even like belt line, right? So that way I can start to like control the wrist and still get like a decent connection, like shoulder, pushing, pulling, good head position, all the same stuff. I'm a huge fan of like the Uchimata and stuff like that, so I've been trying to play like getting around a little bit and like hiking this leg up, so they want to like kind of pummel that leg off and bring it back, so that way I can start to hit him with like a trip that way, right? So I'm trying
now
to like,
I know.
Yeah. Now he's queued up.
Yeah.
So like once they kick off, I'm like trying to use that momentum to help me get that back trip. So and my legs are already in position, so like when I'm here, boom, he starts to kick off, my knee is already in position to start taking him for that little dump and trip that way, right?
I like that.
Yeah, I forget who I saw do it, but I was like, damn, that's cool. So low underhook, whether that's like middle of the back or like across the hips, wrist high, and like potentially scooting around a little bit to start hooking that leg and like kind of playing with it up to make them want to kick off. As soon as they kick off, I'm like using that to get a little lift, trip, and that way I'm already in good position once we follow the floor. Right.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Are you using foot sweeps to maybe get them to like plant that leg forward?
Yeah.
To stop,
I would
so you get that lift?
I would definitely try to.
So
like I've been trying like to play in a little bit,
I'm
so I
like,
step off and I can hook it.
Yeah.
And as soon as they kick off, I can take you for that ride.
Whee!
Right. So if you've done it, leave some pointers in the comments. But I definitely want to kind of develop that a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think it's cool.
And we're doing Gi Week this month, or
Gi month.
Gi month.
Month.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's Gi Week, I guess. You're doing Gi all month, which if you don't like the Gi, play in a Gi. It's fun.
I think you gotta do both.
You got to do both. I don't know what else is going on. This is literally going to be out tomorrow, so.
Yeah. Not much. We're doing subject control tomorrow, so I'm excited for
Yeah.
that. Get to control some subjects.
Yeah, so I know this is a short one, it's a quick one, but let us know if you like these videos. Comment.
We'll do more.
Tell us, yeah, we'll do more. We're trying to work on some live stuff, so some of these may be live. You never know. See you guys. Welcome to the Dumpster Fire monologue. As you saw earlier in the episode, we recorded a little bit of technique video earlier today. I was pretty tired. Mike had some stuff to do, but I figured I'd monologue for a little while and add a little content to the episode. So I don't really have a ton to talk about because an empty chair isn't as interesting as another person. So earlier today I took a run. I didn't even do but under a mile. The reason I took a run, and I haven't run in a while, calling it a run is pretty generous. I took a jog because the day before, I had gotten a foot chase for the first time in a long time. It wasn't a super long foot chase. We had some assistance from an outside agency, and they helped us get the person. But the person had a pretty good lead on us, and I'm slow, a lot slower than I was probably even a year ago. I just don't run that often. I should, so I'm going to start adding it back into what I do as a way to make sure that I have that skill sharpened. I felt like a fat tableard. I mean, I look like one too, no matter what size or shape I am. But it was kind of a little bit of like, oh yeah, you need to do some of these things, even if you don't do it all the time. Just work those muscles, those groups. The fronts of my quads hurt. Feeling like a little bitch. It's pretty funny, but yeah, that idea of like getting in a foot chase, like having good cardio, but you haven't done that area of cardio in a while, was a good reminder. So I went for a run this morning, and it was raining outside, pretty bad weather for most runs, but it was great. Felt nice. Had that nice burning, continued that burning in the front of my quads, And then I went to the gym and trained for about an hour. Got some good rounds in. Shot the beginning part of this video with Cheney, so you guys will get to see that. But I just wanted to add that content and talk about running. I have never been a huge runner. When I was in the military, obviously I had to do it, and I had to train for that. But it was never deeply into running. I have been into cycling in the past and did that for many, many years. Competed here and there, but I have no real love for running. Not that that's hugely surprising to anybody. If you train cardio or endurance, running sucks. It can be hard on your body. But that, like, getting in back to the run today allowed me some time to, like, focus in on where some of the weaknesses were with running, but also just gave me, like, a nice way to think as I ran. It's doing solo cardio is always a good way to clear your head. It's one of the weird things about it. You don't think about a lot else during jiu-jitsu except jiu-jitsu, but during cardio, solo cardio in particular, cycling, running, you have time to think. So you get to slow down, even though you're trying to go fast physically, and not focus on the pain. You have to think about what's going on, and you kind of get in this headspace where the environment doesn't matter so much as long as it's not dangerous. I don't run with music very often or at all. I don't like to run with headphones in, just for awareness. That's more of a personal protection thing. Plus, it adds more stuff to keep track of. I really don't like headphones. Like, I'm not going to run with over ears. I'm not going to run with in ears. So I might turn music on in my pocket, depending on what it is, but I don't even like to run with my phone because it slaps against my leg. If you run a lot, that's annoying. But, getting in that mind, that headspace, getting out there alone, running, getting the air in your lungs. It was cold today, so that sucked. Yet again, felt weak because I was pulling in that cold air. Getting it deep into my lungs was not a great feeling initially. But the satisfaction of completing even a shitty run was better than not doing it. I am not an elite athlete by any means, so just something to think about. I don't think that I really have the want or need to inspire anybody except for myself. So that's more of what I'm talking about here. So this little monologue is just out there now. It's a dumpster fire monologue coming from your mom's basement. So rounds today were good. There was a big group of people there. A lot of the regular people, but a couple of people that don't normally come to open mat. So that was fun. Trying to think. Some good competitive stand-up rounds with some of the people that normally come in. Had a newer white belt, not intentionally trying to hurt me or anything, but did a move and I literally just said, "Don't do that." And he was like, "Oh, okay." He wanted to take me down, so he just tried to go right in front of both of my legs. And really it was more his knee would have exploded than my knee would have potentially exploded. He was trying to rake me across his leg, but he was going to pull my body weight down through his knee. So I stopped him from doing that because I didn't want to get hurt and I didn't want to hurt him. And it was more of just white belt spazzy behavior-ish kind of thing. So that was interesting to stop. It's like, "Oh, please don't do that." And he's like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "That's very dangerous." I said, "Don't do that to anybody ever again until you understand it more. If you want to practice it, find somebody who's better than me. Like, I'm not good at that." So sometimes you run into that. If you train a lot, you run into people that are not ill-intentioned. They just don't know, and they do things that are kind of unintentionally dangerous. So just remind them, please don't do that. If they don't learn, then don't train with them. Don't touch them. Don't roll with them. Just be like, "Oh, you want to roll?" "No, man." And if they're like, "Why?" "Because you're dangerous." And that may slow them down or stop them. So that was some of the stuff I did today. Right now I'm just chilling at home shooting this video, or chilling in the studio, I mean, shooting this video. So yeah, like we talked about earlier in the videos, we're going to try to do some live stuff. I don't want to divulge everything right away because we don't have anything nailed down. We don't have any solid things, but it may just be live podcasts. But also we might try to include some audience stuff. So if anybody is interested in coming to see us physically, we are totally okay with that. It will be in a public setting. It will not be in the studio. It will be outside the studio. It may involve jiu-jitsu because that's the majority of the people that are on this channel, that is their hobby, or personal protection or self-defense. So we're not quite sure yet how we're going to formulate all this. We're going to talk about it. Going to collectively get the 3 heads of the 5-7 network together, the Chetwork, and kind of solidify a plan, see if we can make it come together. There's a lot of cool people that we want to get involved. We just got to see if they're on board. Sorry, I know there's no bourbon and fire. Just don't know. Could talk to that empty mask, but that'd be really weird. So I think I'm going to wrap it up from there. Thanks for listening to my dumpster fire monologue. See ya.